Thank you, Adrian. Good morning. Good morning, CSLB. Let's say good morning with a little bit of vigor. Good morning. Thank you so much. Okay. Now that everyone's coffee or breakfast or whatever your go-go juice is kicked in, good morning. My name is Reverend Davine, and it is my honor to be your new senior minister. And I think this will be the last time I get to say that, because if you haven't figured out by now, you'll catch on anyway. It is a blessing to be with this particular community. And I want to know right now if there's anyone here for the second time. Anyone here for the first time? Well, thank you. No, we will not make you get up, do the hula, say your name, or anything else that's embarrassing. We just wanted to send you some love and thank you for being with us today. And no matter where you are on your path of this spiritual journey called life, if you've just started exploring some new ways of being about life, or you've been in the trenches for years and years and years, and I call it the trenches because it is kind of sometimes what that feels like in life, that this is a safe place for you to explore. We embrace all aspects of God, and we ask that you remain opened, that you hang on to everything in your spiritual journey that has worked for you up until now, and anything that is not, that you feel free and safe to just let it be fallen aside, to be open to what's next, to your specific evolvement in this life journey. So welcome, and I'm so happy that you are here with us today. And I'm now going to jump into announcements. Isn't that fun? I'm wearing a lot of hats today. I'm now putting on my top hat. Okay. So I'm introducing something that is new. It's not really new, but I've started having us have prayer available with Practitioner every Sunday after services. And then it took me a couple weeks to catch on to the fact that I did not intentionally exclude the virtual Love Shack. And I woke up and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm not having that easily available to you. And I'm doing my very best for you folks virtually not to feel excluded. So pardon me. It took me a minute to catch on. So now what we're going to have available is for those of you in-house that wish to have prayer with a practitioner after service, you'll meet on this side of the room, and a practitioner will be happy to sit with you and have what we call 2-minute miracle, which means a laser prayer. And for those of you virtually, you have options of either putting in the chat that you'd like a prayer and your contact information, and as soon as a practitioner is available after service, we'll call you, or you can put in chat a particular time or day that might be better for you if today isn't good. And for those of you not comfortable with the chat, we'll have the phone number posted. Write it down. Right after service, call the office. We're either going to have it picked up immediately to take your information or leave a message, and as soon as a practitioner is available, you will get a call. And that way you don't have to feel excluded on any level. I deeply apologize. We're all learning and growing and evolving together, so sometimes we have to have a little more grace with each other. And that's my announcement. I'm asking Emmy to come up. She has a super special announcement for us.
So if you're here today, hopefully you got a flyer about the concerts in the park. Okay, so let me give you a little background. Lynette Espinosa is a member of this center. For the last 20 plus years, she's been coordinating these concerts. They're free, and they take place on Thursday nights in August. So because they're free, they don't charge admission, but they do solicit donations. And so to help solicit donations, every week that they have a concert, Lynette invites 1, 2, or 3 service organizations to come and help collect money, because we're good at doing that, right? And then during halftime, whichever organizations are invited get to send a representative up on stage and introduce our organization. So it's a great opportunity for outreach to our community. So for about the last 5 or so years, Lynette's been inviting the Center for Spiritual Living to be one of the service organizations. And about 3 years ago, we raised more money than they'd ever raised before. So therefore, we are going to be invited back every year. Okay, so our week this month is on August 18th. There's an Elvis concert, and we're invited to be the greeters, ushers, give out programs, sell 50/50 tickets, and then at intermission go around with our little buckets and ask for donations, okay? So in the past, we've done this with T-shirts. We had a gray T-shirt one year. We had a blue T-shirt one year. I don't know if anybody else still has their T-shirts, but I have 3 extras if we need gray T-shirts. And if anyone has a T-shirt they're not using and they want to donate it to us so we can look uniform, that would be great too. But we don't need to be having a T-shirt. So I'm looking for volunteers, and there's 2 kinds of jobs. There's a sitting or standing job up on the upper level, which is just reading and handing out programs. And then there's the walking up and down, and we do that in pairs. Up and down the aisle, smile, how are you? Did you enjoy the concert? Shove a bowl in front of their face and hope they put some money in it. So if you'd like to help with that, let me know. And on another side, which is the last line on this paper, I thought it would be fun to go to watch the movie Elvis that's playing this week in Beaumont. So if anybody would like to do that, let me know. We can do maybe movie and a meal, because it shows at 6:30 every night, okay? Thank you.
Thanks, Emmy. Thank you.
Let it be easy. I'm gonna let it be easy. I'm gonna make the choice every day to trust my voice and let it be so easy. I used to run around, beat myself to the ground. I thought this was the way to be. I thought that true success was having so much stress, till I heard a voice calling to me, saying, let it be easy. Let it be easy. I'm gonna make a choice to trust my voice. Let it be easy. Now that I see the light, I won't work all day and night. I vow to take good care of me. I don't need to run a race. Well, I'm choosing ease and grace, enjoying the ride effortlessly. Gonna let it be easy. Every day now, easy. I'm gonna make a choice to trust and I'm having fun. Easy every day. Easy, it's the only way. It's the only way. Easy. Oh, easy. I'm gonna make a choice to trust my voice. Let it be easy. I'm gonna make a choice to trust my voice. I'll let it be so easy. I'm gonna make a choice to trust my voice. Let it be. Gonna let it be easy. Oh, let it be easy.
Thank you, Karen Drucker. Let it be easy. So last month our theme was relationships, and last week I spoke about our relationship with nature. This month our theme is nature. No, I'm not going backwards, I promise. We're going to talk about, or I'm going to talk about this week, our first home, planet Earth. And that is our theme for this week, planet Earth. So the talk title is, and this really aggravated some people when they heard the talk title, they're like, please change it. Earth Force, report to duty. I'm going to make it kind of fun. All planetary citizens, Earth Force needs you now. Report to duty to nurture and protect planet Earth. I invite all like-minded individuals to support our beloved Mother Earth. The thing that's interesting is we, at least I don't, most of us don't even realize how vast Mother Earth is. You know, like we often don't even think about other countries, let alone other possible planets and galactica star things. We just stay in our own little nucleus. So we don't think about the vastness of planet Earth and how all the little ecosystems revolve around each other and how sensitive and fragile they are. And when one system is off, it affects another system. We don't think about it. Simple things we take for granted, like the air that we breathe, whether it's clean, fresh air or not. Mother Earth provides that for us. The planet provides that for us. The water that we drink, the food we consume, these are things we take for granted every day, but they come from this beautiful place called planet Earth. And so we've gotten to the point where we take everything for granted. And we've made it so easy that we have gotten out of balance. We've gotten out of respecting all the nuances that make everything work smoothly. And how I know this is just the way we treat ourselves or don't treat ourselves or don't treat one another is an outpicturing of how we have lack of respect for Mother Earth. So to me, that's an expression of being off balance, out of harmony. Now, when I got dressed this morning, I put this shirt on. It's a fun shirt. And some of you might have looked at it and thought, oh my God, that is like really chaotic. And others looked at it and thought, oh, that's fun and pretty. Different point of view. But I chose to put it on, and when I looked at it and I thought, I said, no, this is my expression of planet Earth. Okay? The greenery here are all the forms of vegetation that are growing. And this grayish area could be colonies of animal groupings or water. And this bright red, this bright orange, this is all the fires that are out of control all over. Okay, take a look. And I'm going to spin around gently so you can embrace all the aspects of our beautiful planet Earth. Okay. And again, they are beautiful when they're in alignment, when they're in balance, when they're in harmony with one another. And when one thing is off, it affects everything. You don't normally see bears, coyotes, tigers walking downtown, strolling around. But with all the fires burning up their inhabitants, they're forced out of their natural places to be to figure out where to exist and how to exist. We say that there's no such thing as global warming. I'm not going there, so if some of you are a little touchy about that, I'm not going there, but I am going there. Because here's the thing. If we have glaciers melting, if we have groups of animals extinct because they got burned up, or we have groups of vegetation that no longer can grow where they used to grow, how do you think that throws off the cycles of everything? You know, we get frustrated because maybe we can't find a certain kind of thing we used to like to eat sometimes, because it's not growing anymore. Or the thing that never used to grow in one place now is randomly growing somewhere else. Our systems are fragile. We, as human beings, are fragile. And we don't give thought to that. We just go about our day. And, you know, I'm paying attention to the weather, whether or not I want to. The fact is, we have places throughout the United States that have record-breaking, dangerous heat temperatures. People dying. They don't have air conditioning. It's not what they've needed. We have people in other countries that have never experienced this kind of heat before, dying from heat. You want to tell me there's no such thing as anything's being a little off balance? Every time that we have a typhoon, many hurricanes, earthquakes, tidal waves, and other forms of natural disasters, I think it's Mother Earth expressing her discord, her distaste, her upsetness at what we are doing. And it's there to shake us to the core and say, wake up, we're off balance. Now, we could whine and mutter about how it's an inconvenience, or we could whine and mutter about, well, why do people keep living in that place where they have hurricanes every year? Or those folks out west with those earthquakes all the time? We've just gotten to the point where we're used to it. We've become naturally desensitized to it as, that's what happens. But what about the message? What about the message that's actually saying things are not okay? So what do we want to do to kind of shift ourselves a little to find that flow, that balance? And I want to read a little something from our beloved founder, Ernest Holmes. And considering he wrote these things in the early 1900s up to maybe 1940, and where are we at now in the 2022, it's even more relevant today than when he first wrote it. So I want to read this. To bring ourselves back into alignment, we must remember life is always expanding, growing, and evolving. The concept of evolution is not just applicable to humans, but to all life. The theory of evolution is based on the idea that all species are related and gradually change over time, which is what I just spoke about. Life everywhere is constantly reacting to its changing environments. Most animals and humans can physically move to more favorable environments, but might choose to stay and try to adapt to their familiar surroundings. Sounds like many of us people. The ability to react and respond to these changes is a form of evolution. The progress of the human race is a result of that process whereby intelligence passes by successive degrees of incarnation through evolution into the human mind. I just got through talking about how species are now moving into different places, people moving into different places. We're all evolving, adapting to what we need to do to thrive. And again, many of us, like I mentioned, that stay in the same place even though each year there's some disaster happening because it's familiar. We've just learned to adapt. I want to remind us that since most of us, as I had mentioned, inhabit the earth but think it's the other way around, we think that the planet Earth is here just for us, that before we were all here, there were Native Americans on this land, on all lands of this here United States. And unfortunately, because sometimes we don't like certain groups of people, and we want to create separatism and ask them to depart so that we can show up and claim our stakes, we have this, and I see it in all the aspects that we have in creating separatisms. This group's more important than this group. We want to ostracize this group because we like this group better over here. So I would like to read you a native blessing for Mother Earth. And keeping in mind that they were the beloved ancestors on this earth. And Native American culture, their spiritual practice is to show and honor and respect Mother Earth, Father Sky. So perhaps for us to take a lesson on how to be in alignment with that. We return thanks to our Mother, the Earth, which sustains the rivers and the streams, which supply us with water. We return thanks to all herbs, which furnish medicines to cure our disease. We return thanks to the moon and the stars, which have given us their light when the sun has gone. We return thanks to the sun, which has looked upon the earth with a beneficial eye. And lastly, we return thanks for the Great Spirit, in whom is embodied all goodness, and who directs all things for the good of her children. So let us take heed on what it is for us to not only show respect to Mother Earth, but again, as I mentioned, as we are an outpicturing of how we show up for Mother Earth, what does that say about how we need to show up for ourselves? What is it that we need to do to show up for one another? A level of awareness, respect, kindness, and a willingness to see that we too are fragile ecosystems. And when things are a little off balance for one of us, it shifts that for all of us. That we be more mindful. Let us see how we can be part of a healing for Mother Earth, for all humanity, reminding ourselves we are all part of God's creation. One last little piece that I love from Ernest is to remember what this teaching is about. Some of you have been in this teaching a long time, you've taken classes, you've studied. Others of you, it's new. You're not quite sure what it's about. The whole purpose of science of mind is to reconcile the apparent separation of the spiritual world, which must be perfect, with the material world, which appears imperfect. We're a representation of the material world, and we need to be more in alignment with the bigger picture of that spiritual world. Let us reclaim our oneness and know there is only one life. And I am one with that life right here, right now on planet Earth. And I want to share with you a prayer. It's a Hawaiian prayer for healing. It's called the Ho'oponopono prayer. And I just got God bumps from saying that. So if you feel comfortable just sitting still and listening. The prayer goes like this. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And we say this prayer to ourselves in all the areas that we want to forgive ourselves for being less mindful, less respectful. We say this to others, for perhaps we have said a cruel word. We say this to Great Mother, to show her respect and kindness as a starting place to bring ourselves back into harmony, back into balance, back into that state of consciousness of whom we are. We are all the beloveds of Great Spirit, Source Energy, God. And with that, let us take a moment just to drop into that prayerful place. Great Spirit, we thank you. We give you great thanks for all you have continued to provide for us. We ask for forgiveness for all the areas and all the ways that we take advantage, that we're not mindful, that we're not respectful for everything that you provide in order for us to live, in order for us to be sustained in a sacred and holy way. We ask forgiveness for any areas in which we have shown up until today, where we choose to have a reset and be more mindful. Be more respectful of how fragile we all are as part of this ecosystem called planet Earth. And that we choose today to bring our own lives, our own selves, our own beings into a far more grounded, anchored way of being. To be more mindful of how we are wasteful, how we are unkind or thoughtless in our actions, in our behaviors, in our destructive ways of disposing of things instead of being respectful for you. We ask for forgiveness knowing that we did not remember. We were not paying attention. We, for some reason, forgot to show you respect and kindness. And today is a new day. Today is a new day that we can, in fact, individually, collectively, as this entire planet Earth, rearrange our thought process to be better, to do better, because we're more mindful so that we can, in fact, do that. And up until today, any parts of us who have not been conscious in our evolution know that as we are, in fact, evolving in spirit, we are aware. We are aware and therefore can do so much better to acknowledge our part to play in the balance, in the reset, in the harmony of coexisting together as part of this planetary evolvement. that all creatures, we coexist with each other with respect and appreciation. I give thanks for our willingness to pay attention to this. I give thanks for our willingness, if it does resonate, to say yes to this and to look for ways to be more mindful in it. I give thanks knowing as I have spoken this word and released it into the universal law which creates balance and order and can only answer and respond back to us with a sacred yes. I release my word knowing Great Spirit, Source Energy, God within us has shaken us enough to pay attention and be awake. And God has got us. And if any of what I've said to you resonates in any way, please anchor it with me by saying, and so it is. Namaste, Ashe. Thank you.
You good? All right. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright blessed day, dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, the colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, and also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? You know they're really saying that I love you. I hear babies cry, they'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Thank you, Adrian. Thank you. So now it's that joyful giving time. This is that time where we get a chance to reflect on how we're being served spiritually and nourished, and to give from a place of an open well. You know, we can never outgive God. So we give to show appreciation for all that we are being fed, and to know that from all that we have and all that we receive, we give out into this community. We're part of many outreach projects, so we give out to community. It's not just here for this building. So keep that in mind as you give. You can do things like give coins, checks, or cash as baskets are being passed, or you can mail checks in, or you could do things virtually by hitting the donate button, and that information is up on the screen or will be up on the screen. You can also give with what I call your sacred seva. That's your time, treasures, and talents. And I say that because we are kind of relaunching some of our volunteer opportunities, the teams that keep this community running. Some of them went a little dormant during COVID. We're bringing them back. Some just need to be rebirthed completely in a whole new way, and we want to have that as well. And so right now, if you feel called in any way to any Sacred Seva team that you are not a part of, take that to prayer and see how that feels and how you might contribute. And there's always opportunities available. One of them right now is our usher greeter team. So keeping in mind Sacred Seva is part of how you tithe and how you give to this community. We're going to say this together. It's our prayer for giving. From God, to God I give. Together we share the blessings we give. I am so blessed and I am so grateful.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I am. I am so blessed. I am so blessed.
I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have.
Down, press.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
And I just want you to know that practitioners that are available for prayer will either have a stole on or be on that side of the room. You're available for prayer. For those of you in our virtual Love Shack, please remember that you can put it in the chat or you can phone in and a practitioner will get to you as quickly as possible. And if you prefer a set time or day, if you let us know that, you will get a call, I promise you. So for those of you, I ask that you stand. We're going to form kind of a mock circle-esque kind of thing, or if you're comfortable where you are, that's perfectly fine. We're just creating energy in the room, so it doesn't have to be a standing. It has to be whatever you're comfortable with. And we take a moment just to take a look around. Just to take a look around at the energy we have created in this room together. This energy would not be the same if we were not here, for it is each and every one of us, and those virtually who we have put right in the center of this circle, each and every one of us that has created this energy today. So I give thanks for all of us who are part of this community, holding a sacred space and knowing that we are creating something wonderful in this community. So I ask you to repeat after me. Something wonderful is in my life.
Something wonderful is in my life.
It's this thing called joy.
It is this thing called joy.
Joy is in my communications.
Joy is in my communication.
Joy is in my sharing.
Joy is in my sharing.
And joy is how I choose to show up in the world.
And joy is how I choose to show up in the world.
I take by joy that I am
I take the joy that I am
outside in community and share it with another.
outside in community and share it with another.
And so it is, and so we let it be. Thank you. Now we have our fabulous song so we can get our little party on.
Take a look at the person next to you. Say God loves you and I love you too. Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together, we come together, we come together.
In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love.
Now look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you.
I recognize the God in you, and you,
Feel
and
the
you,
love in the
and you.
sanctuary. Now lift your voice and repeat after me. Oh,
We come together. We come together. We come together.
in the name of love,
We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love.
From every walk of life, every walk of life, every creed and color, intention we unite in honor of the God in each other. Take a look at the person next to you. Say namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. Oh,
We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love. We come together. We come together. We come together. Or a hug or whatever you're comfortable with.